Oh my god.
Okay!
Hey guys, so it is Wednesday once again, and we've been falling down on the videos, but we're back on top of things.
Whoa!
So this is our Top 5 Wednesday for top 5 books over 500 pages. So, yes, go.
Alright, first on our list is one of my favorite books in the whole wide world, and that is American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And I read this book in my last year of high school. It is by far one of my favorite books ever, because it has everything I love: mythology, religion, a road trip. It follows this guy named Shadow who has just gotten out of prison, and his wife has just died in a kind of damning situation. And so he ends up hooking up with this guy named Mr. Wednesday, and the two go on a road trip together because Mr. Wednesday's like, yo, I need a bodyguard. And Shadow's like, I don't have a life anymore. Let's do this. And he ends up running into a lot of gods from different religions. And it's a lot of fun. And if you like religion, it's like a cool take.
And it's got like an American subculture to it that's really interesting. And then it's got that whole like creepy village thing. And it's just got a lot of things going for it that's just so good. The next book on our list we have is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Yay! And if you've seen the movie, the books are very similar, I'd say. But they're just as good. They're keep your interest. The characters are dynamic. You're like always wondering what's going on, even if you know because you've seen the movie. It's just such a good read and so well done that you're excited to read through it and then move on to the next ones because holy crap, a lot of things goes down. And it's easier to kind of follow what's going on as well, because she does a whole bunch of money transfers and stuff like that, which when you're watching the movie you're kind of like, wait, what just happened? I know she did this and it ended up like this, but what actually did she do? Because it's like actually laid out in the book.
See, I haven't read the book yet. I have the book. I just haven't gotten around to it because I am like 4 years behind on my to-be-read pile.
Yay.
Next on our list is another book that I really, really liked. It's called The Map of Time by Felix J. Palma. And this book is so just out there. It basically takes place in like Victorian England, and it's different spins on the time machine, like the original H.G. Wells story. And they kind of all interconnect, like people run into each other. H.G. Wells is actually running around.
That's amazing.
So, like, one of the stories is there's this company that has opened up downtown that says that they will take you into the future, where you can see this dashing captain defeat the aliens that are going to take over the world.
Okay.
And so, one of the characters, she goes with her friend, and she, like, falls in love with the captain. And spoiler, but not really spoiler, it's a setup. And so this captain who's kind of into her at the same time is just like, how do I get her out of here without her realizing that this is like a thing? And then there's this other guy whose his girlfriend is murdered by, I believe it's Jack the Ripper. And so he wants to go back in time to save her. So it's just like playing with time and perceptions of time and how time travel could work and different paradoxes that could be opened up. But is time travel actually happening? That's the question that this book is trying to ask. So it is a lot of fun. And there's a sequel to it. And the sequel does pretty much the same thing, but it's playing with the War of the Worlds.
Next on our list, we have one that wasn't going to make it on the list until she's like, oh yeah, what about that book? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did like that book. And since we're trying to come up with books that were over 500 pages, this author is perfect because he got paid by the word. And that is Charles Dickens, and the book I'm thinking of is The Great Expectations. I generally don't like Charles Dickens. He goes on for far too long in my mind. But for some reason, The Great Expectations, I was reading it, and I guess it's because it's following someone's life. I kind of got more engaged because it's a Bildungsroman. So you're following his life, and like things are like kind of coming full circle for him by the end of the book. So it was kind of like more of a structured narrative rather than it was just kind of writing to something. Kind of had to have a game plan going out there. So I enjoyed it a lot more than I enjoyed his other books. there are crazy characters that you will never forget.
Wait, is this the book with the lady who's like still in her wedding dress?
Oh yes, that is the one, Miss Havisham. Been done so many times, but just so fascinating. And characters have their own motivations. The characters who you think are going to be good or bad, and the characters you think are going to be bad or good, and it's quite a lot of fun. So if you're not a Charles Dickens fan, try that one. And last on our list of books that are over 500 pages is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And this one I just recently read. I have not picked up the second one, mainly because I have no idea when the third one's coming out. I don't think anyone does, so I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna hold off until I can see the end coming. But this was a really cool story that you can see building up. It's only just started in the first book, where you're kind of getting a sense of the character and the things that he's going to do. But I feel like the real action is coming in the second and the third one. So it's a great start to a series, gets you into the characters, gets you into the story, but it also promises you that things are just going to blow up in the next few books.
I want to read that book so bad.
Yeah, you should. You'll enjoy it.
So those were our top 5 books that were over 500 pages. What are your favorite books that are over 500 pages? We kind of talked about it. We don't really think yes, I'm going to read this book because it's huge. That's not like the...
I like big books and I cannot lie.
But, so yeah, what are your favorite books that are over 500 pages? Why should we read them? Tell us in the comments.
Alright, bye guys.